if you'd make an opening statement on today's game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that game, played out, initially a lot how, we anticipated it. Kind of talked about, some things that were really important, to us and putting ourselves in position in the fourth quarter. And, I thought, for the most part, obviously, turned it over, missed opportunities in the red zone, some things like that that, we'd love to be better at. But really, put ourselves in position there, and at the end of the game. And unfortunately, just, kind of couldn't get off the field on defense and, kind of found ourselves in a hole there in the fourth quarter and couldn't recover from it. So, a lot of things that, I think we can, certainly do a lot better. And that's the disappointing part of it. But we got to get used to get used to playing in tight games and understanding like it's going to be close and like we want that. We need to thrive in that and embrace that and understand it's not just going to go out there and be easy sledding. Like it's tough. They're competitive games and like your ability to put yourself in position in the fourth quarter is critical. And then like being able to finish, and being able to take advantage of that moment and embrace that moment. Where it's a tight game and where it's tied up or maybe you're down or maybe you got a slight lead, but like being able to finish that and unfortunately, we knew, we kind of, we had talked about that, as a matter of fact, on Friday. And unfortunately, it went the opposite way, from how we discussed.
Go ahead, George.
You know what? I go back to just before halftime, and you got them down by 7. Defense allows a touchdown with 1:10 left in the half. But yet you answer that to open the second half. What was your feeling after you took that 7-point lead going forward?
Yeah.
You think you had the momentum back?
Yeah, I certainly felt that way. I thought it was a great drive. And going back to the to the end of the half, we did a great job. We got a stop defensively, got it back to our offense. Our offense was able to go down and score on a big play, which is kind of exactly how we drew it up and kind of how we talked about the end of the half. And we were able to go get another stop, and we really, wanted to be aggressive in that moment. We really felt confident and really felt like we had an opportunity to move the football and drive it down there and come up with some points and get the ball. That was kind of our game plan, going into this thing. And, unfortunately, like we had a guy, called a very simple, easy completion play, on 1st and 10, and the thing got batted down and stopped the clock. And, at that point, like you're kind of in a tough spot. And, we came back and ran it, kind of got the clock going on 2nd down, and and then you really you gotta make every effort to convert that 3rd down, and unfortunately we didn't do that, and we gave it back. We gave it back to them, and with under a minute, and we got to be able to go out there and get a stop on defense, but we didn't. We allowed them to go down and score and tie it up. Which was a big play. Which is big play for them, and kind of brought us into halftime 10-10, and talked about, hey, we got an opportunity still to go win this middle 8. We're evened up right now, but offensively, if we can go down there and we can put the ball in the end zone, like that'd be a huge moment, for our team. And, we did that. We had a great drive, made a couple adjustments in the run game, got into some bigger personnel groupings that was really advantageous for us, against how they were playing. And, we're able to take about 7 minutes off the clock and, finish with a touchdown. But, unfortunately, we allowed our opponent to come right back on us, and and then at that point there, we had a couple drives that we took some negatives and couldn't get it started, and defensively gave up a couple scores, and the next thing you're in a 10-point ball game with 6 minutes to go, and that's a difficult place to be, and knew we had to press there at the end. Not sure how many possessions we'd have left, and unfortunately we just we didn't get the job done.
What has to happen for this defense not to give up those explosive plays? Because looking back to that drive before the halftime, the 34-yard completion was probably the backbreaker there.
Yeah, no, it was. It's something that is that has plagued us all season long, and there's different reasons in each situation. There's times where we miss a tackle. There's times where we don't set the edge, or there's times where we let the quarterback escape, and it's just we've got to be better at that. That is such a critical component to to scoring drives, is your ability to create or prevent, from a defensive perspective, to prevent those explosives. And I think on, all their drives today, where they scored, was a result of, some explosive plays. So, that's, it's an area where, like, we've got to be better, and, got to find a way to, to do that.
How much did that defense miss Bubba today?
Bubba's a great player, and I think, we certainly, never want to not have him, available or out there for us. But at the end of the day, like, guys have to step up. And I think, in a lot of ways, they did. I think that's just part of the game, and part of this time of the year. You're going to have guys that are in and out of the lineup, guys that are banged up, and it's an opportunity for that next person to go up and prove that that they can play at just as high of a level, and sometimes you find out maybe even at a higher level. And I think that's certainly the goal, is to have everybody ready to go, and prepared and ready when that moment comes to to seize it and take advantage of it.
Were you surprised that Tim Alvin went strictly with Armani Rogers in the second half?
No, I wasn't. I thought, that was, kind of, what they found, success running the football, from that perspective. We, did some good things, early on in the game in the first half, outside of kind of that end of the half drive. And they needed to go find some ways to run the football. That's really who they are, and what they're built to do. And I thought we did a nice job of taking away some of the run game early on, and getting them into some second and longs, and forcing them to throw. And when we got them into those passing situations, we were able to get a rush, we were able to cover it up, and execute at a high level. Armani's a really good player, really talented, big, physical runner, and I think really suits who they are, and what they want to do. And unfortunately, we didn't tackle it, and we didn't knock it down, and we didn't find ways to to get those stops in those critical moments. And so no, I wasn't surprised. Sort of anticipated that, coming out into it, and we just got to be able to defend it.
What do you have to do to get your running game going? I know John Zell played, but he didn't get a lot of reps.
Yeah,
I have to imagine that's from his performance last week at Ohio State.
Yeah,
what do you have to do to get that going?
Yeah, well, we gotta be better in it across the board. It's our runners, seeing it and having patience, hitting the holes, staying on their tracks. It's it's up front, our O-line, our tight ends, making sure that, we're communicating and playing with great fundamentals and techniques, seeing the pressures, that we're getting and handling those. It takes everybody, and, we got to find ways, to run the football outside of, just quarterback run game, in order to be successful. And I think, like, when you look at this conference, particularly in the East, like being able to run the football and being able to defend the run, are such important pieces, to that. And, there are areas where, like, we've got to get better, on both sides.
How do you think your offensive line played? Because watching the game, it looked like, and I don't know, and I don't want to use the word blame, but it seemed like DJ was unaware of pressure coming from the side he wasn't looking at. And it seemed he got more than a few into more than a few situations like that.
Yeah, I thought at times it was good. Protection was good, but it's too inconsistent, and there are too many situations where we're allowing a rusher, and we're getting beat, in a one-on-one situation, and getting pressure, getting hits on our quarterback, and those areas are really important for us. Again, like being able to run the football, being able, to protect our quarterback, are such critical components to being a successful offense and a winning team. And those are areas where we got to keep looking to improve and keep looking for ways to do it better, and try to help our guys out, as much as we can from that perspective.
How was DJ after the game?
Probably a little bit too early to say, but just kind of took a hit there at the end, but seemed okay. Got a chance to talk with him quickly. Seemed all right. Just upset. Just disappointed. In kind of how we finished that game, and that's the type of guy he is. He's just such a competitor, and just would give anything to get back out there right now. And you can really feel that from him. So. Again, I thought, did some good things today. Was really, proud of the way Cato came in, when it was able to perform, was able to get some big plays for us, get some big completions. And, again, I think that says a lot about him, and, just kind of being ready. He's been working his way back, and, was still kind of like, getting close to 100%, and, really felt like DJ, was the right decision, to start that game. But, for Cato to be able to come in, and, perform at the level he did, was really great to see. And, I was proud of him for that.
How long do you expect Bubba to be down?
Not certain at this point. I think it's a situation we just have to kind of take it day by day, and see how he continues to respond. But he's how Bubba is.
Yep, I do. All right, Tom. Thanks.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you guys.